What is up, guys? Star Newsman back again, also known as the Black Gentleman. And today I'm bringing you Mastermind Creations reformatted R15 Jagertron, also known as Lockdown. He is supposed to be the IDW version. Well, in a way he kind of is, but he's got a little mixture of the animated and the movie, which we're going to get into that very shortly. First, let's take a look at the box, as we always do. Comes in a bigger box because he comes with a lot of accessories. And this is a more old school box where you can open up and just take a look inside. As you can see, the figure is totally gone, as to be expected with me. It's the side of the box. It's a back showing everything it comes with. And yet again, it is a lot. And on the other side, and that's it for boxes. Also comes with a collector card, which is customary for MMC. Nothing new here, but here you go. You guys can pause that if you care to really read it, but you probably don't. So, moving on to the other thing you always get, an instruction manual / comic book. And like I said before, this is one of their older models. But here you go. Transformation is very easy. It's the same as their Boris or Cyclonus, which I've already done a review on. So in a lot of ways, this is really going to be a just basically a different look at a different coloring mold, a different coloring of a mold I already have. Some instructions. The back shows you the comic book, and MSC has his own little lore of things, which is pretty cool. Here's him fighting the Ferocons, or the Predacons. See him tearing off Tantrum's head. And throwing it in the display case, which she comes with, actually. And guess what? Unicron's head is in this comic. Does that mean that maybe one day MSC might do Unicron? Who knows? All very interesting stuff. Also, here's the tarantulas. Anyone who reads IDW and knows that tarantulas does pop up in the comics. Like a mad scientist for the Decepticons. Kind of like an anti-Wheeljack, if you will. Alright, moving on from that. Normally I go into accessories first, but honestly the accessories all integrate to the figure pretty well. I'm going to start off an alt for this, so let's just go ahead and bring it in. And speaking of those accessories, I guess I'll just start from basics. He comes with, sorry guys. He comes with 2 long guns, which connect to his wings. As you can see here and here. I'll just go ahead and pull these off. As you can see, they're one long cast. No real paint, but they are really detailed. And it comes with 2 of those. Get the other one off here. And they're both identical. He doesn't hold them very well, but we'll get to that as well. But they both look nice. Almost like null rays. Also, it comes with, pull this out, a gun for his ship mode, which is, as you can see right here. I'll just go ahead and pull that off now. It's probably gonna come off anyway. Sometimes mistakes happen, but we must carry on. Anyway, about that gun. This is not only a gun, this also doubles as a head for robot mode. And it just unplugs like this. And it looks to have a little bit of paint on it, a little bit of a, get the focus, a little bit of a copper-esque silver paint. It looks pretty nice. And the barrels are sculpted pretty good. And it just plugs onto the head like so. Now this head is totally from the movie for anyone that watched that. And if you didn't, don't blame you. But it is from the movie, trust me. Also, as you can see in his alt mode, he has this long back piece here, which I think looks really cool, but it's not only just a carrying case. I mean, it's not only just a caboose for the ship, it's also a carrying case. And all you gotta do is unplug like so from the leg section, and it comes right off. And this carries the lion's share of the accessories. Alright, let's remove him from this. And there we go. All you gotta do is open this up. You have several legs for it. One right here, one right here. Oh, and this other way. One right here, and you have, let's see, there's must be more legs. 2 on the back. If I can get it on camera for you guys. Right here. There we go. Now, on the bad side of things, it doesn't want to stand up so well all the time. But hopefully, it'll treat me right here. Let me move the camera for taste. And as you can see, like in the comic, he comes with all the Ferrocon heads. And these can fit on the Ferrocons if you happen to have them, which is their version of the Predacons. And it has various different... I have a problem with that. This head, where'd it go? These heads here don't really want to connect for me. So I might have to work on that. But for the time being, I'm just going to leave them out. Because they're really a pain in the ass. But they're supposed to peg into right here. Using these little notches here. But, well. Comes with various different hand attachments. Comes with this here, which is kind of a spear tip, I guess. Comes with another one with a mace tip. Which was nice. Also, these all have a little bit of silver paint for the ends of the weapons, which is nice. The sculpt itself is mostly just plain plastic, no detail. Well, a little detail, but no paint. Here's an axe. And essentially a more spikier mace. Although my favorite personally is the hook hand, which is known for an animated. And so I plan to display mine with the hook hand. And for more weapons, it comes with two translucent green swords, and the hilt along with the handle are painted silver very nicely. And like I said before, it comes with 2 of those, and they're very identical. They both look very good. Also, if I can get this out on camera, it comes with 2 guns, and they plug in right here and right here. I'm probably going to get this off camera because it's good news. While trying to get the guns out, I actually figured out how to get these legs to stand up better. You just keep moving till they click. Sometimes it's a little dumb thing that the instructions don't show you, but there's supposed to be a click and it stays in place. Alright, now back to those guns I was talking about. And here they are. And they're just all one single cast, no paint to speak of. But they look okay, nothing to write home about. And again, they come with 2 of those. And he holds them fairly well. Oops. And I'm just dropping things today for some reason. Must be my nerves. But yeah. That's that. And one more accessory. Comes with this head. And it's a little bit of a homage to the movie itself. But hold on. If you can raise the mask up like so. And you get that face, which is basically the face he comes with, but with the ability to use a mask. It looks really good. It has a nice, very, I guess more, this is kind of a shiny red paint for the eyes, and nice silver paint for the face. And I really like the spikes they have, which is a lockdown centered thing as far as the spikes go. And we'll close it back down for now. Now, for the figure himself, let's bring him back in. Get this out of the way. And here it is. Tell you guys what, I'm actually going to plug in the head back if I can do it. I think it kind of completes the look. So all you do is take this right here. See, you fold it down, nope, wrong way. Like so. And you peg it in on that black peg right there. Alright, I had to do that off camera, like most things. Anyway. Alright, one second. Now also I'm going to retouch the guns, like I said before, it kind of completes the look of this thing. Retouch, y'all. And they go into portholes right here using these pegs here. So very easy, very easy to do. All right. Before I really talk about this thing, like I said before, I believe this came out before the Cyclonus. So I guess the Cyclonus is actually a remold, repaint of this. But let's go ahead and bring Cyclonus in just for that initial comparison. And here he is. And if you guys remember, I've actually had this guy painted, so that's why he looks the way he does by comparison. So yeah, here they are together. And as you can see, they share a lot of the same designs, you know, from the frame, both from the side here and from the back. So yeah, definitely mold mates. But I ain't too mad about that. Alright, we'll get the Cyclones out of here for right now. We'll talk more about the comparisons here shortly. Alright, now, first things first, although the black is not paint, this black plastic is very nice, and they gave us some really nice light green paint trim throughout. It's a little sloppy in some areas, but not too bad. Not enough to make me hate it. And unlike Cyclonus, they gave him an orange translucence for the plastic cockpit, which is nice. And I really dig these spikes all over. But again, it really is a lockdown thing from the anime show. He's always covered in spikes. All in all, has a very nice, almost kind of a Batwing or Batmobile type look to it. It looks really good. Fix it. One of the negatives, which I'll go ahead and go into now, similar to Cyclonus, not everything pegs in as nice as it should. And that's always been kind of a bummer with this mold. I complain about it with Cyclonus, and I'm probably going to complain about it a little bit here. But the initial tolerances on this thing are actually better than Cyclonus. So that's good. Oh, also for one more accessory, underneath here is a shield that does nothing for the figure except move that way, hide his head. That's it. So yeah, this thing right here serves no purpose other than to plug in right here. I can get on camera, and it's just to hide his head, and that is it. Unlike Cyclonus, he doesn't have any landing gear, which, you know, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but I think it would have been appreciated, because if you take Cyclonus here, he has landing gear, which can pretty much, you know, rolls pretty good. This has none. Although I don't think it will deter anyone from getting this figure if they really wanted it. Alright. Now to bring in some more comparisons. He is with Deadlock. And this is also where we get the first meat lockdown. It was in a Spotlight Drift story, or Deadlock. You know how he became, you know, Drift. So here he is. I think this was a good thing to compare him to, since they share a comic together. Also, here he is with Drift himself. I don't think it's totally necessary to compare, but hey, I want to cover all my bases. So here's how he looks with Drift. Now, with that all said and done, let's get this guy transformed. And for those who are wondering, yes, he transforms just like Cyclonus. Now here we have him fully transformed. And just from looking at him, although I'm south of bat, I do prefer my Cyclonus, especially now since it's been painted. But if my Cyclonus had not been painted, I would definitely be going for this guy more. Even just from like certain details, like here in the chest, which I really dig. I'm thinking about getting the Ripper labels, because they have this nice almost kind of a cherry red stickerings that go inside the chest here to give him more of that Transformers animated windshield look. I think it looks pretty good. I plan to post a little picture here, probably somewhere in this area, of IEW Deadlock. But you can kind of see how they compare. Though, like I said before, this is not completely IEW. Imagining, although it's reformatted, so it is, but it's not. It's a long story, but yeah. Just look at him. It looks really good. He has that shiny plastic, which I kind of don't like, but for not deadlock, but lockdown, I can kind of get behind it because it gives him kind of a almost like a hot rod aesthetic, you know, because like a fancy high flying bounty hunter / kind of predator. So it's all cool. And speaking of fancy, you know, paint jobs, the green on him looks really good in robot mode. Right down here from detailing here, kneecap, legs. Also, if you want, in the instructions, this is how they have him configured with the backpack and everything. You can actually move these out of the way. I like to turn them to the side. I think that looks better personally. But yeah, back to the paint. Green paint all throughout here. On here. Nice red here to break up some things. And that face sculpt, which looks really, really nice. If you guys can see that. That's bring the camera up a little bit. Nice silver paint with some translucent green on top. And unlike Cyclonus, this guy has an actual neck, which I'm just tickled deaf about. You can get one of those kind of weird, almost kind of Pennywise, turn the head completely sideways, full upside down. I mean, that's pretty good. Cyclonus does not have a neck really, so that kind of sucks. Also, as for articulation, if you move his wings back, which except for articulation is basically like Cyclonus, but I'm gonna go over it a little bit because it's probably been a while since anyone's seen that review. So it has a full waist, just about. He gets in the way of his own backpack a little bit, but I think that's enough. It gets about the same amount both ways. All right, as for the arms, due to the backpack getting in the way, they go about that far, and then go out this far. He has a double bicep, which you can bend up to here and bend here on the side. And that's mostly through the transformation. The wrist can do a full 360, as well as the, I guess you would call this kind of a full-armed rotation. He has that, and that's mostly due to the transformation, but you can get a full 360 out of that. So that's really nice. Also, back to his wrist, because it comes with swords, just like Cyclonus, you can bend it down like this. So that's always good. I really like that. And same on both sides. As for his legs, they can kick out about that far. And knee bend, actually this is good. Like Cyclonus, he has a double knee bend, so you get a little bit of. Ooh, you guys hear that? Did you guys hear that ratchet?
That shit to the sucker, bitch. I'ma play that shit. Bitch, I'm really from these streets. I'm really from the six. I don't do all that
Ratchets. Also, softer ratchet in here. That double knee bend. Yet again, mostly for transformation, but it's there. And it has the same on both sides. As for his ankles, they are on a ball joint, and you get about that much out of them. It's actually a really large ball joint. Turn to the side there, like so. And I really love these spikes. These spikes are like, it's a super nice touch. Very, very deadlock. Not deadlock, locked down. I don't keep wanting to call them deadlock for. But lockdown, yeah, very lockdown with these spikes. I really like them. So that's the full range of the ankles. Now, back to the backpack deal. I want to show this. And the manual, they show both ways. All you gotta do is come to the back here. And if you want to, you can take these down. Like so. And have it like that. And you can kind of just tuck the wings back however you want. And so you can go extra, pull the guns off. Like so. And that gives you a little bit of a more, I think a bit more of a more sleeker silhouette. What do you guys think? Let's honestly, I'm kind of torn. I don't know how I want to pose it. I don't know if I want to leave it like that or fuck kind of the whole Bugs Bunny thing. You know, do like my ears better up or down. I don't know. I think about going with down, because this makes everything look more streamlined. And yet again, for the shield, you can just pull that off. I'll just leave it on because the instructions say to, and just gives it something to do. So I kind of like it. Now, for let's go to those accessories. Let's start with the heads first. And it's simple. Take his head off. It's just on the ball joint. Move the camera up. You just simply twist it off like so. I take it back. It's not really a ball joint. It's more of just a peg, as you can see. And tell you what, let's go to actually one of my favorite faces, which is this one. This is actually more or less from the movie. I like it. It has ability to have the mask up or down. Let's pop it up. I think it's kind of a cool look. It's kind of the best of both worlds from the original face to that, as you can see. Now for the other head, which is really goofy, but it's from the movie, and you know it's all about having options. So you can do this right here totally. If I can get in there a little tighter. There we go. You can give him the gun head. Yeah, the gun head. This is the thing. This happened in the movie when he shot Prime in the back. I find it very, very strange, but you can do it. So, cheers to you. Now, let's go ahead and get that over here right now. Wow, this thing's really secure. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and change his hands out. Also, when you take the heads off, sometimes you pull the neck off with it, but it's not a big deal. You just maybe twist it off and apply the head you want. Tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use the actual mask head. Let's go ahead and just plug that back in there. All right, let's get that in there. There we go. And plug that back in. Bam. All right, moving on to the hands. All right, before I start pulling hands off, let me show you how he holds his guns, which sometimes better than others. All right, here's one of the pistols he comes with, or rifles. I can look at it, and he holds it fairly well. You know, if you shake him, you know it's not the best support. But if you throw in one of his swords, holds that just like a champ. Also, you have that wrist bend, which is also very nice. Very good for sword poses. And for his guns that come for his wings, you can also hold those, but yet again, kind of not so well. Let's see. Yeah, this is not the greatest, so that suffers immensely. But I think for the most part, it was never meant for his hands. It's always just meant for his wings back here. So, yeah. Now, let's get to the part that I want to get to. Let's pull his hand off, because as we all know, Lockdown doesn't have a hand here. He has a hook. So let's go ahead and just pop that right off. You can see the pegs there. And let's go for that hook hand first. Now, right here, you have a what comes through. But there's a little bit of a ring on that peg, and it kind of stops you from pushing in too far. So you just kind of like just put just enough pressure in there. There you go. That's about as far as it wants to go. You might go deeper, but I don't want to damage anything, and it holds fairly well. And I love it. I love that hook. That's how I always think of Lockdown. And the kind of a pirate hook, you know, catching you under the neck and just tearing your head off probably. Now the other hand is the same way. It just pops right off. You can add anything you want, whether it be an axe, right there, or let's go for one of those maces. So yeah, you can totally hold it any kind of way you want. Though me personally, I can have at least one hand, which is normally this hand here. But you have options. The options are yours. Now let's get back with some more comparisons. Alright, here are the two mold mates together. See how they look. Normally I would jump all over Lockdown, say he just looks tremendously better. But after having him painted, I'm gonna go with Cyclonus. But yet again, I have to be unbiased. In his normal state, I didn't care for. Just the base of this guy, I do prefer. So yeah, if you want to pick one, and you know, I guess you should go a lot down, most definitely. But if you got someone who can, you know, do this to him, go with Cyclonus. And here he is with Deadlock. So here you go. And if you're gonna have Deadlock, then you gotta have Drift. Am I right? Or am I right? So here's how they look together. Yet again, I think they look really good. One more thing, while my mind is on it, if you turn this around, there's a light switch. Well, yeah, this is called a switch. Right here, it can go up and down. If you had what I believe was LR3 batteries, and I believe you put them. I think you put them in somewhere in here. I'm not quite sure. I don't have any. This thing can light up, and it can have like a nice cool glow behind here. I've seen pictures of it, but I don't have any batteries to show that off. But I wanted to mention that, you know, you can do that. So yeah. For that final thought, in my opinion, if you're one of the people who did like the Cyclonus mold, I say he's worth getting. In my opinion, just as a base, just how he looks out of the box, he's actually better than Cyclonus. Even certain things are tolerance better than Cyclonus, such as the connection point in here for transformation. That's much tighter than Cyclonus's. I say he's a grab. I'm still happy with my purchase. So with all that being said, I still recommend it. For you guys who are still here, I enjoy you coming out. I enjoy the support. I actually got quite a few things coming out of the pipeline. I got some repro labels coming in soon, so I'm going to repro label up one of my older figures, and I plan to take you guys on that journey. But until next time, this has been Soto Noonspa, also known as the Black Gentleman, out here doing God's work, reviewing these figures. Until next time, peace out.